Hi Cancers, this is your astrological prognosis for the month of April 2012 with me, Lada from astrolada.com. And I recommend you to always listen to the prognosis for your ascendant sign. And if you don't know your ascendant sign, go to my website astrolada.com and go to the birth chart calculator. And you need to know the time of birth for your ascendant sign. It's the most personal and private sign. And that's why the time of birth is very important. The day is not enough to know your ascendant sign. And this will be probably the most precise prognosis for you. But also make sure you check your moon sign. And if you don't know the moon sign, again, look it up in the birth chart calculator. Because this one is very relevant as well, especially often to women, because women are more attuned to the moon, because it's a feminine planet, to the emotional world, And listen to the prognosis to your sun sign as well, which is July. If you're born July or June, the sun was in Cancer, and all of you know your sun sign, but the sun sign is like much more, how to say, it's not so personal as the moon and the ascendant sign. So listen to three prognosis. I'll start with the ascendant sign, listen to the full prognosis of the ascendant sign, and then if I don't have time, I'll listen to the second part of the prognosis of the moon and the sun. When I mention specific days of birth or the exact degrees of the moon, if I mention your exact degree of the moon or the day you're born, then you can pay more attention there. That will definitely influence you. But if you have time, listen to the three full prognosis, which will give you and see which one is most relevant to you, because some people respond more to the moon, sometimes to the sun, some to the ascendant. But most have noticed people respond to the ascendant best. Anyway, if your ascendant moon and sun is in Cancer, what does month of April 2012 hold? Well, a big part of the month, planets are activating in your 10th house, and 10th house is the place of career, is the place of the activities we do in this world through which we're noticed. It's like your responsibilities in the world, your karmic actions, these things that have effect, that have palpable, visible effect on your reality. And usually this is through our career mostly, But even if you don't work, I'm sure you have such activities that are, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, these are the activities that you consider your biggest and strongest responsibilities, whether it's your family, whether it's the children. And when this house is activated, you become much busier there. You become much busier in those activities. The attention, the focus is there, the sun is passing there, and the sun illuminates that part of the sky and always puts focus there, And for you, it's the top of the horoscope, is the 10th house, it's the top of the sky. So basically, you will be more focused on career, or there will be more issues, not issues, more activities centered around career and around your activity and around your actions that are visible to the world, whatever, as I keep saying, even if you're a stay-at-home person, these are the visible activities you do. So you have more responsibility, so to speak. And thankfully, the sun can also bring some kind of a recognition for those activities. And the sun is also the planet of authority. And when it's in the 10th house, maybe you feel a strong presence of authority figure in your life right now. If you're young, it will be the father or the mother, the parent, or some teacher that is probably being more demanding on you, more authoritarian, or if you're a grown-up person, maybe it's some other authority figure like your boss, maybe you have more interaction with bosses and higher standing authority figures this month. And also, if you're trying to push some project forward, some actions that you've been doing, you have more luck through this influence. Or how do I say? You have more energy to push those, more drive into that area. You have more intelligence how to deal with those things, how to deal with your career, how to implement your goals in a better way, because the sun is a very intelligent planet. When it passes through the 10th house, it gives you intelligence and kind of illumination, understanding on how to deal better with career problems or with career projects. And it's kind of a busy month for you, Cancer, busy month with worldly activities and responsibilities, so to speak. And you're being quite visible, so whatever activities you're doing out there, they're visible for you. I mean, like the career activities, so you can be noticed more in those career activities, so to speak. And Mercury is also going into the 10th house, so it can help you manage better your uh, your business, your career, your job, whatever it is, your worldly activities, your responsibilities. Mercury is of course a manager. Sort out issues with career, arrange them better, be more efficient there. And also, Mercury is retrograde the first 17 days of April, and the end of March. Mercury is retrograde in your ninth house, and ninth house is travel. So some of you might have more, might have opportunity to travel, might have opportunity to communicate with foreigners or foreign people, or maybe to have some business with foreigners in some way. If you're in some kind of business, Mercury will help you there lead your affairs more efficiently and more productively in any kind of international affairs or in communications with foreigners. They'll be more intensified, and you have more understanding and more communication with them. Mercury is a communication planet. Ninth house is also studies, so those of you who are studying have now chance at the end of March and the bigger part of April to be more successful at their studies, to put more to be more witty. The mind just works faster when it's in the ninth house, and you can any activities to do with studies, to do with university, to do with higher education, to do with learning something new. Your mind is more active and you're more open to such experiences. Some of you can start studying something new. If you're already studying something, Mercury will help you uh, deal well with those issues, deal well with the studies and universities or whatever you're studying something. And it's also especially practical, and manage your studies better, manage your studying processes better somehow. Of course, Mercury is a manager, so you focus on this on the first part of the month as well. And you're having Venus in the 12th house going from April, and she will stay there till June. Till July, basically for 3 or 4 months. It's a rare influence because Venus becomes much stronger when it stays for so many months in one place. Because Venus is becoming retrograde, is becoming much stronger than normal, and this is a rare event. It happens rarely, and now it's happening in your 12th house. So for around 3 or 4 months, uh, Venus feels good in 12th house because Venus is the planet of pleasures, and 12th house is the house of escaping reality. So you can be much more inclined to escape reality through pleasurable activities. Try not to drink too much again. I keep warning, when 12th house is activated, those of you who are more inclined to escapism, they might turn to something that is not healthy. But you can escape reality in other wonderful ways, through music. Venus in the 12th house will really stimulate your ear for beautiful music, for spiritual activities. You will enjoy meditating, actually, because wherever Venus passes, it allows you to experience the things of that house with ease. And 12th house is house of meditation, of spirituality, of being in touch with your subconscious self, And, meditation is one of those ways to be in touch with your subconscious self. It's also great time to go on a holiday, starting from April, May, June, July. 12 houses, running away from reality, and holidays are one type of running away, going to exotic places. And Venus in the 12th house can help you meet love in such holidays, far away places, exotic places as well. So if you're planning a holiday in the next 3-4 months, maybe that's where you meet someone special, you have a romantic experience there. Or even if it's not a romantic experience, Venus will give pleasurable activities, so you'll be happy with the break you take. You will, even though I'm saying that it's very active, busy month for you now in April, because the sun activates your 10th house. But from May, June onwards, you can enjoy more, you can relax more when Venus is in the 12th house. So also 12th house is a hidden house. So Venus can bring love which is hidden. So maybe a private love affair, maybe behind the back of your partner. I'm not saying it will happen, but you might be more inclined to have more private type of enjoyments and affairs. So be careful there. But it's very dreamy, and it's very inspirational influence, where you feel much more romantic. So for a few months, your head might be up there in the clouds, being more romantic. Uh, but again, it's connected with somehow with hidden activities. It's not so out in the face of others. Pleasure, the kind of pleasures and love that Venus brings is not out in the face of others. It's more private, like reading a book, like listening to music, like falling in love secretly. Or a holiday in the next 2 3 months, starting from April. And Mars is in your third house. It continues to be there till July. It started from last autumn. Again, it's retrograde and it's giving you a lot of courage. So it's still in April. It's time where you can be more courageous than other times, especially if your ascendant is in Cancer, but the moon and the sun as well. So you have more courage than other times. You're more initiative. You're more willing to jump and go for things that you normally wouldn't. You're more, how do I say, yeah, courageous. That's the word. You're more courageous. So use that influence, use that influence to push new projects, self-initiated projects that you normally don't have the courage for. Now is the time. And now I'm going to give specific days and days of birth or degrees of birth. Those of you who are born from the 17th till the 21st of July, 17, 18, 19, 20th, 21st of July, approximately those days, maybe a day before and a day after, maybe a day or two before, a day after. Or those of you who have their ascendant or moon from 25 degrees till 28 degrees in Cancer, 25, 26, 27, 28 degrees in Cancer, they have Saturn influence. And as always, Saturn is a bit harsh. Saturn asks you to mature, to be serious, to look at work only, to look at only responsible and grown-up things. Saturn is a hard taskmaster. So either you become hard on yourself, push yourself hard and critical towards yourself, and you demand more from yourself, or you're unhappy at where you are right now. Often Saturn brings dissatisfaction with the current situation, so you can push yourself harder in a new direction, or to improve somehow. Or you attract someone in your life from outside who becomes a hard taskmaster, whether it's a boss, whether it's some kind of a more Saturnian figure that is pushing you, that is being dissatisfied, that is causing some testing and causing you to push yourself harder, to be more mature and responsible. And not only people, it can be events, it can be any kind of circumstances that demand this from you. And Saturn can slow things down, can bring some difficulties with these degrees that it's affecting. Those people who have those degrees can bring some difficulties in the fulfillment of relationship. If it's your ascendant or your moon, it can be your emotional state that is somehow affected, your self-confidence, arguing with partners more than often, testing of partnerships, even changing of residence, because the moon, if it's from 25 to 28 degrees or 24 to 29 degrees in Cancer, you can be thinking of changing place of living as well, or having some problems at home, or some emotional turmoil, some emotional dissatisfaction, so to speak, or even problems with the mother, because the moon is the mother, or women in your life, somehow women giving you grief, or just your emotional state not feeling so great, and asking you to mature, to be more serious. And the ascendant, when it's the ascendant, then the relationships definitely are affected. When it's the sun, then it's usually projects and career, or it can be people that are being a bit tough on you. But again, Saturn is great influence to make you focus, to make you serious, to make you stop fooling around and get serious about your life, and to build foundations. So great time. You can build foundations now because you're much more willing to put hard work now than at other times, and to push yourself, to discipline yourself. So Saturn is a discipliner. So you're getting this energy in your life. And I'm having Saturn too, so actually it's quite good, because I've never been so productive in my life, and Saturn can push you to be productive. So it has its really positive influences, Saturn as well. And those of you who have only their ascendant from 13 till 20 degrees in Cancer, can have some very positive influences when it comes to business deals, when it comes to making contractual relationship with someone, when it comes to their marriage partner, because it's also a contractual relationship, or their living partner. Any kind of interaction with others are somehow healed. Maybe new people coming to your life. Maybe you can heal your relationship with partner. You can attract a new partner, because Jupiter is a benevolent, happy, lucky influence, which brings positive influences, which brings opportunities and possibilities for healing, or new opportunities for new people to attract. And because it's affecting your seventh house of relationships, that's where you can attract positive influences this month. Maybe attracting a new partner, or something positive coming from your partner, or from another person that helps you, or just meeting new interesting people that expand your vision, that expand your understanding of life, that help you move forward somehow, So wonderful influences. And even if Saturn is testing some of you, it's for the best eventually. Even if Saturn is asking some of you to cut off certain connections and certain harmful behaviors, well, we need it, because we don't always do things because we feel inspired. We do things because we're forced to, and they're good for us eventually. But anyway, Cancer, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.